You hear that? That is the sound of Sportster power. What is up, my dudes, and that one girl who just wants to see a victory? This is Bikes, Beards, and Brews. Let's kick that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we kick this one off, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. New videos are coming weekly. You ring that bell, you know when they drop. Let's get the other stuff out of the way. Want to save 10% on a Cardo communicator, or save some money on some Beyond Riders gear, or on some Hogworks gear? Then you should definitely check my referral links down below. Want to support me and all my do-gooderness like these cool guys here? Boom! You should become part of the Brew Crew and join the coffee page down below. Want to ask you for money? Well, next to those 10,000 Amazon affiliate links that also go to a good cause is a link explaining what I do with your money. Get it? Got it? Cool. Let's move on. Alright guys, so today we are doing the first ride on the Sportster. We are heading out to Seacoast Harley because I'm going to get it registered for, you know, miles and all that stuff as I continue to try and win yet another Harley. But before I do that, I'm going to stop for gas. So I'll catch up with you guys in a few minutes. Alright guys, we're gassed up, ready to go. We're going to go hop on one of my favorite roads. I've mentioned this one before, I've ridden this one before. I love this one. So let's talk about the Sportster. First and foremost, I installed a new horn. We'll get to that a little bit later on. Problem is, apparently I just noticed it bent a little bit. Scratched the back of the front of my fender. Goodbye, fresh new paint job. Oh well, as long as I'm the one who scratches my paint before anyone else scratches my paint, I guess that's a win. Nonetheless, it is back up and running. I did, full disclaimer, take it over to Boyd Cycles yesterday. So there was a ride there that ended in sadness. Yeah, that happened. But that was a short trip, and that was mainly for a few things. To get the sticker, and because I was having some issues getting the brake light working correctly and getting the directionals working correctly. So I learned a few things yesterday. We did get the brake light fixed, which was cool. There was a button stuck, all that fun stuff. Boyd Cycles took care of it, knocked it out like absolute champs. The directionals apparently did work, but on this bike, and I guess on older Harleys, I'm not sure of all of them. I'm not sure the exact facts on this, but older Harleys, you'd have to hold the directional button when you want to turn. So you hold it while you're turning, you let it go when you're done turning. Sure. I mean, I'm from New England, so it's not like I'm ever going to use them anyway. It doesn't matter. It's just nice to know that they are there and they are working. Since then, I have hit a whole bunch of bumps, and the front headlight has not fallen out, so apparently I did put that in semi-correctly. I guess time will tell on that altogether. At some point in time, I will have to adjust the choke or the carb a little bit because it is idling really low to the point where it can stall if, like, I don't have the choke on at all. But that's a small thing that can be fixed pretty easily. So another thing I came across was I couldn't be riding around with my red Beyond Riders jacket on a purple bike. It just doesn't work. So I hit up Beyond Riders. I was like, hey, got this purple bike. And they're like, oh, don't worry, we got you. So may I present the new purple Beyond Riders hooded flannel jacket. And let me tell you, it's Beyond Riders, so it is comfy, it fits great, it wears great. Even when I was stuck in that rain yesterday, it was great. Was it waterproof? Nope. But, you know, it was comfy, so that's what's important there. So there's a few different reasons I'm going to Seacoast Harley today. I actually had a few people hit me up, ask me if I wanted to go riding in a few different directions, and I did turn them down because I wanted to get out on the Sporty, and I wanted to put some miles on it, basically just trying to hammer out any sort of issues that may arise before going up to Laconia. And I didn't want to get on highways or anything just yet with it. You know, I want to actually put on some miles, and I want to be in places where there's lots of parking lots and places to pull over if need be. The other reason is, well, I plan to put some miles on this bike, so I'm going to get it registered with Harley for the whole, like, you know, do the miles over the summer, do that challenge, and possibly win yourself a new Harley. So yeah, why not put like 3 Harleys in the garage? I'm okay with that. Aside from that new gouge in the back of my fender from my horn, and you know, the horn placement, which I thought I did a good job, but apparently I missed some measurement somewhere. Overall, everything's working pretty good so far, so I'm happy with that. Let's get a little further down the road, shall we? Oh man, I gotta tell you, riding this bike is an absolute trip. And it's mainly because when I think about it, up until like yesterday when I had to bring it over to Boyd's, I had not been on this bike in over 30 years, and I was the passenger. So it is so weird to now be the rider, to now be the guy on the bike, like riding this. It's awesome. It's a very surreal feeling, and you know, I hope Ed's looking down and he's happy with what I did with this bike, because I did put a lot of thought and care and love into like putting this thing back together, and a lot of people helped me. It definitely takes a village, right down to like Boyd Cycles for sorting out all the mess like stuff I couldn't figure out, Hogworks for like the headlight, Saddleman for the seat, Kamimoto for the absolutely useless mirrors that look cool. Like there's been a lot of cool people that came together to help put this back together, and I thank them so much as well. It's fantastic. Oh, and I can't forget my father-in-law either for like helping me go pick this up from Ed's house and then helping me get it down to Boyd's and back when it was in pieces. Like, he played a very big part on making this bike happen as well. So thank you as well. All right, you guys want some engine noise? Let's do it. Hopefully the mic picked that up. Oh man, it sounds cool. This is such a throwback though. I am not used to a bike like this, and it's pretty fun. Like, got to deal with the choke because we're back to carburetors. I did have a carved bike years back, not a Harley though. There is nothing on this gauge aside from speed, so I don't know what gear I'm in. I don't know if I'm in neutral. I don't know what my RPMs are. I'm just listening and figuring it out. Overall, it handles pretty nicely. It's pretty well balanced. I'm okay with that. I honestly can't wait to have you guys hear the horn, but I want to find an unsuspecting victim to use the horn, and I want to get their reaction. So stay tuned to that, because it's a pretty awesome horn. I'm just going to say it. It's an awesome horn. This is the worst road on the face of the planet. If the bike doesn't fall apart on this road, I'd say I'm in a pretty good position right now. I can't tell you how bad I just want to get up to Laconia with this bike so Suspension Technologies can pop on the shocks that'll make this ride so much better as well. Because let me tell you, the shocks on here, they're not doing it. I'm pretty sure my spine is now fully compressed. So a quick stop to get a drink made me realize that I really need saddlebags or swing arm bags. This kind of sucks, but whatever. Any port in a storm for right now. We'll get back to this. hey, who knows? Maybe Harley has something that'll catch my eye and I'll throw on the bike. We'll see. We're almost there, so we'll find out in just a second, won't we? Press that red button. Yep. No, I want you to press the red button.
I'm scared. Okay. That's awesome. Is that how you beep at people?
That's the horn.
That's amazing.
That red button.
Okay. Okay. So you're watching me? Press this one right here.
Yep.
Haunted mansion.
What? Is that your horn?
That's the horn.
How many people?
All right, let's light it up. Oh yeah! All right, so as you can see by the multiple people I got to press the red button, that is the horn. For those of you who are unaware of why that horn is so awesome, that is the Wilhelm scream. That is one of the most used sound effects in movies and I think even in TV. If you're not familiar with it, go watch Star Wars, Indiana Jones, quite a few other things, like a ton of old westerns. Like, that scream shows up over and over and over again. I've even used it in videos in the past. It's just one of those things that's been around forever. And when I wanted to do a horn for this, I wanted something that would fit the vibe of the whole Haunted Mansion thing. And I saw that horn and I'm like, well, that's gotta be a thing. I ordered that thing like 6 months ago. It's been sitting on a shelf just waiting to get installed. This morning was like literally the first time it was properly installed. Well, not super properly. Again, it broke a little bit on my fender and scratched my fender, but it was the first time I made the attempt to properly install it and run the wiring correctly. All right, let's let it go. Been enjoying the sound of this bike, because man, I love the sound of this bike, especially when I can fully open it up. For those of you unaware, this just has straight pipes on it, and I have no doubt that there are no baffles in there whatsoever. This is just straight pipe. So it sounds like a beast. We're also back on this absolutely horrible road again. Oh my God. Suspension technologies. I can't wait to see you come Saturday in Laconia. As long as this bike makes it home in one piece, I have the utmost confidence that it can make it to Laconia this coming Saturday, which means all goals have been met. And I am so beyond excited about all this. I really am. This is awesome. Try not to murder me, lady. Jesus. You know, just overall, I'm so excited. And I'm so excited to get this bike back to Laconia. Again, like, the first time I ever went to Laconia was on this bike as a passenger. I didn't even know Laconia existed until I was on this bike and went to Laconia. So I am beyond excited to go back to Laconia on this bike. And this bike definitely hasn't been there for at least 10 years, if not more, because that was the last time that this was ever registered. And I know that Ed put it in storage a long time ago, so bare minimum 10 years since this bike has been up there. So this is really just a big deal for me all the way around. And I actually have one of Ed's friends, his old neighbor that also rode with him. He's going to be meeting up with me, and he's going to be taking the ride with me as well. He can't wait to see this bike again, and he totally gets why I'm doing it, and you know, he wants to be a part of that, and I am so on board for that. That is just fantastic to me. The other thing I want to mention is I do name my bikes, and my Harleys have been named Betty in one way or another. My original Wide Glide was Black Betty. My Road Glide that I currently ride is the Death Eater Betty Page. So I was trying to think of an appropriate Betty name for this bike. And I feel like I nailed it. I got it. This is a small, tough old broad. So what better name and what better representation of a small, tough old broad than Betty White? So from here on forth, this bike is the tough old broad Betty White. And I am totally on board with that. I hope you dig that name too. Actually, if you do, awesome. Welcome to the party. If you don't, I don't care. This is my bike. I'm going to name her what I want. And this is the tough old broad, Betty White. That being said, Betty White here is definitely going to need saddlebags or a swing arm bag or something like that. I need a place to keep the registration. Need a place to, you know, keep the occasional drink or something. Those little things that definitely sucks when you don't have any sort of bag on your bike. And I don't really feel like wearing a backpack all the time. I feel like I've kind of grown out of that, you know, sport bike days and all that. I don't know. I may end up wearing a backpack, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there. We'll get there. I don't know. When I was cleaning the bike this morning with just a little bit of bug slide, because, like, you know, I did ride through the rain, and I wanted to make sure she looked good when we got up to Seacoast. I did notice that the paint did feel a little rough on my microfiber cloths. So yes, I will hit this with some nice buffing, rubbing compound just to smooth it out a little bit and put a nice coat of wax on it before we go to Laconia, just to make sure it's nice and smooth and ready to go. Overall though, got a lot of compliments on the paint, and I've gotten a lot of people that have looked at it that are straight shocked that this is a rattle can paint job. So I mean, overall, I take that as a compliment, and I'm cool with that. So I don't know, yeah, who wants to pay me to paint their bike? Whatever. It's cool. I'm glad it didn't come out like a freaking disaster. So there's nothing much more to say about that, I guess. All right, guys, I am back where I need to be. So I gotta tell you, I'm feeling pretty confident that Betty White here is gonna be able to make it to Laconia and represent this coming Saturday, and I am so excited. I can't even fully put into words my level of excitement, happiness, joy to be able to do this. I really can't. It's awesome. So this is where I'm going to leave you, because honestly, I don't know. It's going to be me searching for words and it's gonna just run on forever. But what do you guys think? How'd you like the horn? If you see me in the wild and you want to press the red button, you are welcome to press the red button. But aside from that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share this video with friends, share it with family, share it with that one dude you know who wants to press the red button. He loves this stuff, trust me. I'll see you all on the flip side.